Now that we're familiar with the Getting Started screen that greets you every time you launch Access, it's time to get a little more familiar with the Quick Access toolbar up here in the top left corner, because you'll probably end up using it quite a bit. Now by default, you can see up here I've only got 3 buttons showing up on my Quick Access toolbar: the Save button, Undo, and Redo. Right now, I can't use any of them because I don't actually have a database open to save, and I haven't done anything yet that I can undo. And of course, if I haven't undone anything, there's nothing to redo. So how do I get some more buttons showing up there? For example, I like to do a print preview on a regular basis. How do I get that up there? Well, you'll notice just to the right of the last button, I've got a little drop down. And when I click that, you'll see a number of commands showing up, commonly used commands like New, Open, Email. There's some quick print and print preview options. Spelling. The ones that are already checked off are the ones that show up on the Quick Access toolbar. So if quick print is something that I use a lot, I'm going to give it a click, and you'll see that that button now appears on my Quick Access toolbar. Now what if I also like to export to an Excel spreadsheet on a regular basis? It would be nice to have a shortcut button up here so I don't have to go through the Office button finding it. I'm going to click the drop down, and I'm going to come down to More Commands. And here's where I can see pretty much everything. Not only can I see additional commands, but here's where I can go to reorder the way that the buttons appear on my Quick Access toolbar. So the first thing I'm going to do is add Export to Excel Spreadsheet by clicking it and then clicking the Add button to move it over. And now you can see that they show up in the order that they're added. Now Quick Print I want next to Save, so I'm going to click on Quick Print and I'm going to bump it up twice so it's next to Save. Then I've got Undo, Redo, and Export to Excel Spreadsheet. That's perfect. So right now I'm looking at a list of popular commands down here. And you can see it's a partial list. If I click this drop down, you can see I've got all kinds of other choices. Commands that are not in the ribbon, macros. Under the Office menu, you can see I've got Print Preview, Home, Create, etc. Then I've got a whole bunch down here for forms, relationships, lots and lots of options here. Now each one of those is a category that contains its own commands. So if I wanted, for example, macro commands, clicking on macros will show me, if I've got any, a list of macro commands down below, like a separator here, for example. If I go back up here to all commands, I'm going to see every possible command. And there's a lot. And you can see as I scroll down, there's tons and tons of commands. So if there's one that you like to use over and over and over again, you'll find it on this list. You'll add it to your Quick Access toolbar. And when you come down here and click OK, you'll see your updated Quick Access toolbar. So here you can see now I've got Save. There's my Quick Print, Undo, Redo, and my Export to Excel button. Now if I go back to this drop down, there's something else you need to know about. We can change the location of our Quick Access toolbar. If you don't like it up there in the top left corner, you can also show it below the ribbon. Now right now we're not seeing the ribbon because we haven't actually opened up a database yet, and we will get into the ribbon in detail in an upcoming lesson. But if you don't like it up there at the top, you can move it below the ribbon where it's a little bit easier to access, for example. We're going to leave it right where it is, but just so you know, you can move it by clicking Show Below the Ribbon. I'm not going to select from there. I'm going to click off of the menu to deselect it and leave my Quick Access toolbar just the way I see it here. You can see there's lots of room up here on the title bar to add more and more buttons if you so choose. Keep in mind, it's a great way to access some of the more commonly used commands, customizing it to exactly the way you use Access.